Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Cognitive Recalibration Podcast, where we talk about our favourite movies, TV shows and video games. As usual, I'm your host Sravan. We have our co-host Tarun here with us in Hobart once again.
Hey everyone.
This is meant to be the last episode of the year, but it's obviously coming out in the new year anyway, because we're doing it after the old year finished. But we're going to outline the best and worst of 2018, as well as our most anticipated for 2019. So I just want to, before we get into this episode at all, I just want to outline that this is purely our opinion. So it is a definitive list and it is right, no matter what you think. I think the way we can do it is we'll do our best of 2018 first, then our worst,
Okay.
and then we'll jump into the anticipated. Before we do any of that though, I've got some stats. Being a statistician by trade, I've looked at all the box office numbers for the year, and I've just looked at sort of which studios have done well, which movies have done well.
Disney did well.
Disney did very well. So we can do it like as a bit of a trivia thing. So what do you think was the 10th in terms of the worldwide box office this year?
The 10th?
Yes, not the first, the 10th.
Okay. Was it a Chinese movie? Because I would not know if it's a Chinese movie.
No, so at one stage of the year, the Chinese movies were in the top 5, but by the end of the year, obviously some of these numbers will still change because some movies are still out, which were released last year, but there's no Chinese movies in the top 10 at the moment.
Okay, yeah. I do remember there being some Chinese movies at the very beginning. I'm going to say it's probably something that released pretty recently. Am I right?
Relatively recently, yeah, second half of the year.
Second half. Mission Impossible?
No.
Okay, no, just tell me. I'm not going to guess this one. I don't know what the 10th best is.
Okay, the 10th best was Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh, okay. No, I wouldn't have guessed that.
It's made 629.3 million worldwide, which is probably
A bit too much?
well, yeah, it's definitely a bit too much, but I think it's a lot lower than what they wanted it to make as well.
Yeah.
But it's definitely higher than it should have made. What do you think number 9 was? I'll give you a clue. It's not something you'd expect to be in the top 10.
Is it animated?
No.
But not something I expect. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes. Yeah. So
nailed
that's
it.
currently still running, so it might still edge up a bit more, but it's at 714.8 mil worldwide. Number 8, I'll give you another clue. It's a comic book movie.
Venom.
No.
Aquaman.
No.
Ant-Man.
No. So Ant-Man was actually not in the top 10. Ant-Man was number 11. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
There's literally no other... Well, it's a comic book movie.
Yes.
Animated?
No.
Okay. There's only like one left, is there?
Yeah.
And this is it. And I'm blanking on what it is.
Did
we review it?
Yeah, we did. We did review it. It was earlier in the year.
Oh, Black Panther.
We didn't review Black Panther.
We didn't review Black Panther, you're right. And that's higher off the list. Earlier in the year, we reviewed it. It's a comic book movie. No, can't remember.
You're going to be kicking yourself. Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
So that made 736.6. Number 7, you've already mentioned it. Mission Impossible Fallout, 791. Number 6, you've already mentioned it again. Venom, 856.5 million. So that's definitely more than it should have made.
Yeah. Probably more than they probably expected as well. They'll be happy with that.
Number 5, a very recent release, Aquaman. So it's doing pretty well.
I did mention that as well.
Yeah, you also mentioned that. So I think you've almost mentioned every single movie on this list so far. Aquaman's currently at 866 million. A billion would be a lot. 866 million. It's done very well in China. Because it released there first, actually, before it released anywhere else. Number 4, Incredibles 2, 1.24 billion. So that we're into the billions now. So there's a big gap between 4 and 5, 866 and then 1.24.
Yeah.
I'll let you guess the top 3. You'll get the top 3.
I'll get the top 3.
So what's 3?
It's 3 Black Panther.
No.
2's Black Panther.
2's Black Panther.
3 is it a comic book movie?
No.
Done really well. Animated?
No.
What movie's done real well this year? That's not a comic book movie. Live action. Give me a clue. Which production house is it?
Universal?
Universal. No, don't know. Don't know 3.
You'll know it. You'll be kicking yourself again. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Oh shit, that movie sucks. How'd that do so well?
1.31 billion.
Yeah. I hate that movie.
Followed closely by Black Panther. 1.35 billion. And then number 1, everyone knows
Infinity War.
The Nun. No, it's not. Nun was not in the top 20. Avengers Infinity War, 2.05 billion. I guess there was no surprise with the top 2. I'll talk a bit about the studios and how well they've done. So out of all the box office of 2018, how much as a percentage do you think was from Disney movies?
Disney? I would say it's probably 50%.
Nah.
Around there.
You're thinking too high.
30?
Close. So 25%. So 25% of the total global box office. And I've only looked at sort of numbers. I think it was the top 500 movies that were released. So they'll be like small ones, but they won't contribute that much. So it's approximately 25% of the global box office of 2018 was from Disney.
They own everything, so they're going to own more next year.
Yeah, they'll probably have more next year. So overall, they made 6.7 billion from all their movies.
But they also had a lot of bombs.
They did.
Like a lot of shit movies.
So their Marvel ones did really well. Han Solo didn't do very well. Wrinkle in Time and The Nutcracker. So they had some bombs, but their big ones were really big. So it kind of compensated.
They probably evened out, to be honest. I know they put a lot of money into Wrinkle in Time.
So overall, they still...
They made a profit.
They still had a good year. I think next year they'll absolutely kill it, though, because they got some...
Yeah, but they'll still have their shit movies as well.
Yeah, but I think they've got more big movies coming up next year, which we'll talk about later in the episode. Who do you think was second in terms of studios?
I think it was Universal.
No, it was actually Warner Brothers.
Really?
Yeah, because they had Crimes of Grindelwald, and so in the top 10 they only had Crimes of Grindelwald, and I think was Bohemian Rhapsody Warner Brothers maybe?
Don't know, but they had Aquaman as well.
And Aquaman, yeah, and Fantastic Beasts, and they had a lot of smaller movies that did probably better than they thought they would, like Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yep.
Number 3 is Universal, fueled almost solely by Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Sony, and number 5 is Fox, and number 6 is Paramount.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Warner Bros. Had 22%. Still pretty high. So most of it, almost 50% of the global box office is just from Disney and Warner Brothers. And Universal had 17%, Sony had 9%, Fox had 8%, and Paramount had 6%.
Wasn't that many Paramount movies this year?
Yeah.
Maybe they're all shit.
Well, Paramount overall, they made 1.63 billion, and Mission Impossible Fallout made 791 million. So half of it was...
So it's mostly Mission Impossible.
Half of it was just Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Bohemian Rhapsody is Fox.
Fox, yeah, okay. What else did Fox have? Because they made more than Paramount.
Deadpool.
Oh, yeah, Deadpool, yep. So they made 2.3 billion. So Deadpool was 736 and Mission Impossible was 791. So, yeah, most of it was just those two movies.
You mean Bohemian Rhapsody?
Sorry, yeah. Bohemian Rhapsody was 714 and Deadpool was 736. So,
yeah.
Most of it was just those. Sony had Venom and Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah.
And both of those did reasonably well. How much do you think of the global box office was from superhero movies?
A lot. It's going to be... I don't want to overestimate it like last time again. I'll say probably like 20%, 25%.
28%.
Okay.
So, and I've included Incredibles 2 in that number.
Oh, nah, that's controversial.
Because they are technically superheroes. So it is technically a superhero movie. And Marvel Studios, just Marvel Studios movies, so just the 3 movies that they had this
10%?
year, is 15%.
15?
Yeah.
More than 10? Jeez. Yeah.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Black Panther, and Infinity War were 15%. We'll talk a bit about domestic being US domestic and overseas. So I've done some analysis for movies that made more than 100 million worldwide, and I've excluded foreign films, so I've excluded all the Chinese movies. Out of all the box office that a movie made, which movie do you think made the most from its overseas box office? As a percentage, so...
Aquaman?
No.
Or is it Meg?
Those movies did really well, so they did better overseas than they did in America. But in terms of, there's some movies that just made almost all their money overseas. So the biggest one that made more than 100 million worldwide was Johnny English Strikes Again. So 97% of its box office was from overseas.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So only 3% was from America.
It wouldn't have done the most overseas. Like Aquaman would have had more money overseas then.
The most overseas is Infinity War. In terms of raw numbers.
Yeah.
But I'm talking just as a percentage of how much a movie made.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be the bigger movies, obviously. So it'll be Infinity War. I think Jurassic World did really well overseas as well. Black Panther did really well overseas, but it did better domestically than overseas.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think was the second in terms of, after Johnny English, in terms of how much it made overseas? So overseas meaning everything apart from US.
Crazy Rich Asians.
No, you're going to be surprised with that one. I'll talk about that one shortly. It's Paddington 2.
Paddington 2?
Yeah.
Oh, all the British movies.
Yeah. 82% was from overseas, and I think most of that would be from the UK. So Johnny English made 158 million worldwide, and Paddington 2 made 227 million worldwide. Some other movies that also feature in this list is Maze Runner: Death Cure. It made 79% of its box office overseas.
Did that come out this year?
Yeah, it did. Apparently.
They're still making those?
Apparently they are. Pacific Rim Uprising, 79% of its box office was overseas.
Oh, yeah. China loves those.
Tomb Raider, 78%. Skyscraper, 77%. Ready Player One, 76%. So Ready Player One made 582 million worldwide, and 76% of that was from overseas.
Jeez.
Rampage was another one, 76%. There's a bit of a trend here with Dwayne Johnson movies.
Dwayne Johnson loves the overseas markets.
And Venom, 75% overseas. So we'll do the reverse now. US domestic.
Who did the best US? Black Panther.
No, so Black Panther, even though it did a lot domestically, it's almost 50-50. Most movies have more overseas than domestic, because overseas is obviously bigger than US.
Yeah.
But I think the ratio was like 55% to 45% for Black Panther.
Okay.
But Creed 2, 78% in the US. And it's only made 143 million worldwide. So most of it's just from the US. Wrinkle in Time, 75%.
Oh, wait, Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah. So that's made 132 million worldwide. Crazy Rich Asians, 73% in the US.
Oh, really? That's surprising. I thought it would be better.
I thought it'd be
overseas.
the other way around, but yeah, it's done really well in the US and not so well overseas. And it made 238 million worldwide, so yeah, most of it's US. The other movie is Halloween. It's not as high as the other ones. 62% was from the US. So maybe, I mean, Halloween is a very US, well, it's a US thing, Halloween. So they really only celebrate it in the US. And even the movie, maybe it came out around Halloween, so maybe a lot of people watched it in the US. Maybe more people should have watched it because it's not a bad movie. That's all I had in terms of stats. Some interesting results there. We'll see what happens this year. We've got some predictions as well for you in terms of 2019 predictions, which will come.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay.
Come later
I forgot
on.
to do that, but I'll think of it now.
Okay, think of it while we do this. So we'll jump into the best of 2018. Again, I'll reiterate, this is a definitive list. It is right. So I'll start with my list from bottom to top. While I was writing this list, I realized that one of the movies that I actually saw it this year. Technically, it came out 2017.
But it came out last year. Yeah.
But I'm going to count it as coming out this year. Because
Nah, that doesn't count. Well, depending on what movie it is.
in the US, it came out this year.
Okay.
But
what movie is it?
You'll find out.
It's not fifth.
It's not fifth.
Okay.
So fifth is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Actually, before I do that, I'll give you some honorable mentions so you can figure out what I missed out on. Honorable mention, Crazy Rich Asians. I actually really enjoyed that movie, but it's not going to be in my top 5. It's definitely a contender for most surprising movie of the year as well. Halloween, I also enjoyed that one, but again, not good enough to be in the top 5. Ocean's 8, that surprised me a bit. I had a good time with it, but it's not like a brilliant movie, but it was fun. Incredibles 2 misses out, probably would have been my 6th. And Bumblebee, a recent review, I really enjoyed that one too. Okay, jumping into my number 5. Number 5 is Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yeah, great movie. I'm surprised it's 5. I thought it'd be higher.
Number 4 is Ralph Breaks the Internet.
I haven't seen that one, so...
Oh, and a disclaimer, I obviously haven't seen like every movie that's come out this year, but one movie that probably would have been on this list that I haven't seen is Quiet Place. So I haven't seen Quiet Place. So 4 was Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. 3 was Mission Impossible Fallout. I had a really good time with that movie, but when I thought about it, there was 2 movies that I just had a better time watching them in the cinema. And
The Nun.
No, that's not one of them. Number 2, so this is the movie, this is a little bit contentious. Paddington 2.
Yeah, I forgot that came out this year, to be honest.
Well, technically it didn't. So technically it came out...
Oh, so this is the one that came out last year.
So technically it came out 2017. So it came out... In Australia, it came out Boxing Day 2017. And in the UK, it came out like November 2017. But in America, it came out in 2018. So, and even in the box office charts, it's counted as a 2018 movie. So I'm going to count it as a 2018 movie. And yeah, we watched it this year. So,
well, last year. But
yeah, last year, 2018. Yeah. So I'm going to count it as being released in 2018. And it's almost my number 1 movie, to be honest. Like, it's probably the best movie I've seen this year. It's probably the best movie I've seen.
Well, then it should be your number 1 if it's the best movie you've seen this year.
So I'm kind of rating it on overall experience. So how much fun I had at the cinema, as well as how good it is. I had a lot of fun with Paddington 2 as well, and it's a great movie. But number 1 has to be Avengers Infinity War, just because of the experience I had at the cinema. It's unlike any other movie I've seen in terms of the crowd reactions and just how much fun I had watching it. And I watched it 3 times at the cinema. I don't think I've ever watched any movie 3 times at the cinema. So just based off that, I'd have to give it number 1. And if you listen to this podcast, what were you expecting? Like, it's obviously going to be number 1. So we'll jump into your list.
Okay. I won't give it like a list. I want to give it like a list. I'll just say, okay, I'll pick my favorite movie, just from a personal standpoint, favorite non-comic book movie, favorite animated.
You just said that twice.
Wait, did I say that twice in a row?
In a row?
Favorite, yeah, I said twice in a row. Favorite animated, favorite horror, and then last one, just like a favorite indie kind of movie.
Okay, I haven't
Even
seen
though
many.
I don't watch that many indie movies. It's not really an indie movie. It's like it's not a big movie.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so we'll start off with the not big movie.
Yep.
Actually, we'll start off with honorable mentions and stuff I haven't seen that will probably make this list. I didn't watch Creed 2, which probably would have made it in some point, because I really like Creed 1. Before we did this review, I was actually going to watch Black Klansman, because I heard it's really good. and I think it might have made the list if I watched it. So yeah, that's probably going to be on it if I saw it. I did see a whole lot of other shit as well. Like, I did see Ralph Breaks the Internet or anything like that. So, yeah. So there's probably a couple that won't be on this. So, favorite non-big movie is Searching.
I haven't seen it. I heard it's really good.
Yeah, I had a good time with it. It was surprising. It wasn't surprising. I heard it was going to be good, but it was probably better than I expected it to be. So that's a good movie. Favorite horror? I only saw 2, unfortunately, and one of them was absolute dog shit, so it's got to be the other one. It's Quiet Place,
Yeah.
which is actually very good. So yeah, I've got to say Quiet Place, best horror, best animated, Into the Spider-Verse, same as you.
Okay. No, for me, it's probably Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
What animated movies did I see this
Incredibles 2.
Yeah, I didn't like Incredibles 2 that much. Thought it was okay. I forgot it existed until you mentioned it before.
Oh, we saw Hotel Transylvania 3.
Oh, we did. We did. I definitely forgot that existed until you just mentioned it. Yeah, so Into the Spider-Verse. Best non-comic book movie is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah.
And arguably the best movie of the year, probably Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah.
But the one I enjoyed the best was Infinity War.
Fair enough.
So that's a 5 list. It's not the top 5 movies I like the best, but it's
Sure.
a top 5 list.
What's the
Yeah.
best rom-com of the year?
I think I only saw one.
You saw Love, Simon.
Oh, I did see Love, Simon. Yeah. I also watched To All the Boys I've Loved Before or something. That Netflix one. Probably Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, probably. Oh, that's the only one I have seen, so...
Yeah, I would say it's probably Crazy Rich Asians, best rom-com of the year. Although I'm not great at grading rom-coms, so...
Okay, we'll do a couple of the awards, then we'll jump into the worst. So what was the most disappointing movie of the year?
It's in my worst as well.
Oh, it's in your worst. Maybe we'll save that one for later, because that one's like
Yeah.
a more negative one. What's the most surprising movie of the year for you? Surprisingly good movie of the year.
Yeah, probably Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, okay. So you weren't expecting that to be good.
I thought it would be good, but not that good.
Fair enough. For me, it's Bumblebee, probably.
Yeah.
It's probably Bumblebee. I wasn't expecting much from that movie. Other contenders are probably like Crazy Rich Asians, like I mentioned. Other Ocean's 8, maybe?
Halloween.
Halloween, I thought it would be alright. I didn't think it would be terrible. Skyscraper was another
but
one.
it still wasn't good.
It still wasn't good, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it would be. But yeah, I'd probably give it to Bumblebee. I think Bumblebee definitely exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was that good. But Spider-Verse was very good, and I thought it would be okay, I guess.
And what was the biggest sequel bait movie of the year? Basically, the point of the whole movie was just so that there was going to be a sequel. You can make an argument that Avengers Infinity War is this.
Yeah, yeah. Avengers Infinity War is a sequel bait movie because the whole movie basically picks up in another movie.
I would say...
But they do it well.
Yeah, Crimes of Grindelwald is definitely a contender.
Crimes of Grindelwald's just a tease in terms of... It's like that middle movie. I would give it to Crimes of Grindelwald because it's a movie that doesn't need to exist, but you kind of want to watch what happens next.
Yeah.
Because it teases stuff. But, like, they could have just done the next movie. This movie didn't need to be there. Because nothing happens in it.
Pretty much, yeah. I would give it to Crimes of Grindelwald. I
would give it to Crimes of Grindelwald.
Probably
yeah.
other nominees are like Aquaman, but that wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I would say it's definitely Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah, I think we'd give it to Crimes of Grindelwald. Let's jump into the worst. Worst of 2018. I don't really have a list again for this, because I haven't seen that many bad movies, which is probably a good thing, but...
We've seen a lot of, like, ordinary movies, but not a lot of bad movies.
Yeah, I think 2018's, it's been I think they've been really good movies.
There hasn't been great movies.
And they haven't been really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. It's kind of been a very middle ground sort of year. So my worst movie of the year, you can probably guess from our reviews. There's only been 2 that I've given very negative ratings for. I'll give you some honorable mentions, like I did for the other one. A lot of these movies I haven't even seen, so they probably would have been on this list if I watched them, but I'll probably save myself by not watching them. So, Robin Hood.
Yeah, we didn't watch that. I think that could have been an okay movie, but yeah, we won't know until we finally go watch it.
Holmes and Watson, I heard, was just terrible.
Oh, Holmes and Watson's meant to be horrible. Yeah.
Sherlock Gnomes was another one that's meant to be terrible.
Is it Sherlock Gnomes? Is that the movie, or is there someone else in this one? Or was it just called Sherlock Gnomes? Has it got Romeo and Juliet in it?
Yeah, it's got them in it. And
Okay,
Johnny
yeah.
Depp is Sherlock Holmes, or Gnomes.
Oh, that's just horrible.
And the other honorable mention is, I think this is more because I just wasn't the target audience, Hotel Transylvania 3. But I think other people will enjoy it. It's just not
I
for
thought
me.
we had a good time. Did I remember that wrong? Did we have a good time?
No, we
with it?
didn't. It's one of our
Okay.
negative reviews, but it's probably not for us.
And to be honest, we did keep up with Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2, so you can't expect to jump into 3 and have a good time
Yeah,
with it.
it's like jumping straight into Infinity War.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so my worst 2 movies of the year are The Meg
Oh yeah, I had a good time with the Meg.
and The Nun, which you could have guessed.
Yeah, I knew none would be the worst. I had a good time with the Meg. I don't agree with that. It was a good movie.
So myself and Tarun have major regrets with the Nun review, because that could have been a massacre if it was just me and you. Well, we had Bhaskar there who enjoyed it, which fair enough. So he kept us level, but it could have been a very different story if it was just us two reviewing that.
Yeah, that was a shit movie. I think it was a shit movie.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do, but
Yeah, that's my worst movie as well.
okay. You've seen more bad movies than me, so what else were on your list?
Honorable mentions: Pacific Rim Uprising. That was shit. I think that was it. I didn't see like Rampage or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did see Rampage, but okay.
No, I didn't watch Rampage, but that probably would have been on here.
Yeah.
I hear it's not good. But the one that is on my list, not an honorable mention, is Predator.
Yeah, you said that was very bad. We were going to review
Yeah.
that, but you told me not to watch it, so...
Yeah, it's no good. No good. And that's also my most disappointing movie of the year, because I thought it would be good.
Oh, okay. That's your most disappointing. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, Shane Black, I like most of his stuff. I guess Iron Man 3 is divisive, but other than that, all of his stuff is good. And this was just shit.
Okay. You watched Tomb Raider, right?
I did. I thought it was okay.
Okay, so it's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
My most disappointing movie of the year is Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah. I can see. I had a good time with it, but...
I definitely didn't. And I was expecting... I don't know why I was expecting more. I kind of should have known that it wasn't going to be that good, but...
Yeah, look, I didn't go in with super high expectations, which is why I probably wasn't as disappointed as you.
But no, it was definitely... It didn't feature in my worst because...
I thought that would be in your worst, actually. I thought after what you...
I mean, it's bad. It probably... If I had like a top 10, it might be in the bottom half of the top 10 maybe. But it's not in the top... It's not the top 2, that's for sure. Like, I still...
Yeah.
I don't know, there's still parts of it that I mildly enjoyed. Maybe because it's Harry Potter, and I can't bring myself to completely hate it.
Yeah, there's enjoyable parts in it. Like, it's got good parts. It's not total shit.
Okay.
Well, we can both agree that The Nun was the worst movie
Yeah,
that we saw.
definitely
this
the
year.
worst movie of the year that we've
saw.
seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't seen
Yeah.
all the...
I think there's shitter.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen The Nutcracker, and apparently that's...
Oh, yeah, that's meant to be pretty
That's
bad.
really bad.
50 Shades Freed.
No, that's... No, that's
Yeah.
that's the last movie we'd watch as a part of this podcast.
Yeah, and it's not meant to be good.
Yeah.
So those probably would beat these movies in terms of being worse.
Yeah.
It's still, like, I would probably watch The Nun again. There's enjoyable part, not by myself, but with other people, I would watch it again.
I'd probably watch it. Yeah, I'd watch it with other people again, solely for the purpose of just ripping it
it's
apart.
like
But yeah,
a so bad that it's good movie.
Yeah.
So they still did a good job in that sense.
I guess that's it in terms of the 2018. But we'll look forward to 2019, which we're already in. and we'll do our most anticipated for that. So the way I did this is not in any particular order.
I didn't order it. I just did in kind of release order first, and then I deleted stuff off it, and then put other stuff on it. So it's no longer in release order.
Okay.
It's not in any order at all.
All right.
It's kind of just random.
Okay, we'll do it in release order, because I've got mine in release order.
Well, I don't know what mine is in release order.
I'll go first, and then we'll do yours then.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
so yours is random order. Mine is release order.
It's in a total random order.
The first movie of the year, or the most upcoming release of the year that I'm looking forward to,
Glass.
is... No, actually, I've kind of filtered down on this list. So it's Captain Marvel.
Okay, yep.
Captain Marvel coming out March 8th. Then it's Us, directed by Jordan Peele, because I really enjoyed
Jordan Peele.
Get Out, and I think this will be really good as well. After that, it's Pet Sematary.
Oh, you put Pet Sematary on it.
I'm looking forward to that
I
one.
listened to the audiobook of I listened to half the audiobook. It's pretty good.
I've tried to sort of include non-comic book movies as well as comic book movies in this.
That's what I tried to do as well. I tried to include a couple movies that are not massive, but yeah. Because obviously everyone's looking forward to all the big comic book movies.
Yeah, so there's other movies that I'm looking forward to as well. Shazam, I think DC fans will be looking forward to it. Comic book fans will be looking forward to it. Obviously, Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
That's going to be on everyone's list. Detective Pikachu, coming out in May.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that. Aladdin.
Yep.
That makes my list. Toy Story 4 makes my list.
That was close to making my list, but it didn't.
Spider-Man Far From Home does.
So you've got the Marvel trifecta.
Yeah, I've got typical fanboy.
Yeah.
Got them all in there. Annabelle 3.
Oh, you put that on. You know that's not directed by James Wan.
It's not, but it's got the Warrens in it, so it's got me a little bit more optimistic about it. Hopefully it's not another Nun. Yeah, you're right. It is lucky to make my list after the Nun, but I'm still, because I enjoy the other Conjuring movies. So hopefully this one's good. The Lion King, that's definitely makes it. And then I've got the Hobbs and who's the other?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw, the Fast and Furious spin-off. I've got that on my list.
That was on my list. Wait, is it still on my list? It was on my list until the very end where I had to take it off. Yeah, it's no longer on it, but I'm excited for it as well.
So Hobbs and Shaw is on my list. That's coming out in August. It Chapter 2 makes my list. I really enjoyed it Chapter 1. I think it's just called It, but maybe they'll rename it to Chapter 1 now. It's got a pretty good cast from what I remember as well.
It does, yeah.
Chapter 2.
Same director as well.
So it might be a good movie. That's coming out in September. Frozen 2.
You put Frozen 2 on it. Yeah. No, I knew you would put Frozen 2 on it. I did not, but yeah.
Frozen 2. It's coming out in October. I think it'll do really well. And
What are you up to here? How many movies have you said?
I think I'm up to about 10 now. I've only got a couple more left.
Yeah.
Actually, I've only got one more left. And it's likely to make my list after the last one.
Star Wars
Episode 9 coming out in December. Yeah, that's likely to make the list.
You got to be excited for Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess so.
You want to see where it goes though, don't you?
Yeah, like when it comes out, I'll watch it, but I'm not biting my nails waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my list. I guess I'll have a couple of honorable mentions that might be good. One of them is John Wick 3.
That was on my list until the very end where I had to take it off.
The other one is Joker, the Joker movie.
Yeah, did make my list, that one.
Another one is Godzilla King of Monsters.
Yeah, didn't make my list either. Didn't like the first one, so... Well, I didn't mind the first one, but yeah, I'm not super excited for it.
Fair enough. So that's my list. There's some other ones there's some other comic book movies
there might be on my one.
Yeah, that you might mention. So let's see.
There's a couple. Most of the ones you mentioned are on mine as well, except a couple that are not on it. Let me have a look. So I've got Aladdin as well. I've got Detective Pikachu, got Avengers Endgame, Shazam, It Chapter 2, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Far From Home, Star Wars, and Lion King, which you had on your one.
So what do you have that's different?
These ones I chose mostly because I liked the previous ones or I liked the director. or I like the people in it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So I've got Jumanji 3.
Is that coming out this year?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Christmas this year.
Okay.
Jumanji 3. Have you seen the second one?
Yes. Yeah. 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 I liked it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I think this might be good. Kingsman 3.
Is that coming out this year as well?
Yeah, it is. I did not like the second one, but Matthew Vaughn is directing this one.
He also directed the second one, though.
He directed the second one as well. But I have faith that he will redeem himself with this one, even though the second one was shit. And the last one you've probably not heard of is Chaos Walking.
No, I haven't heard of it.
So this is a Doug Lineman film who directed Edge of Tomorrow and American Made.
Okay.
And some other stuff. I like most of his stuff. It's pretty good.
Is Tom Cruise in it?
No. It's got Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland, which is why I think it might be pretty good. I like both of those guys, so.
Is it an action film?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based off a book. It kind of seems a bit Hunger Games-ish.
Okay.
But, which doesn't feel good, but I'm hoping it's good.
Okay. Did you have any honorable mentions or anything? Or
honorable mentions? Hobbs and Shaw, I am excited for. Had it on until very late. What else was there? Glass. I did have Glass on it until pretty recently. And How to Train Your Dragon 3 was also on it.
Well, I'll just outline some of the other movies that are coming out this year that might do well or might be good or might be bad. I've got some that on here that I think might be really bad. So there's this movie called The Kid Who Would Be King.
Yeah. I've only seen one trailer for it. Who's the director?
I don't know.
Okay. It's probably...
Yeah, I've just seen the trailer and I'm like, this looks terrible. There's Lego Movie 2. There's How to Train Your Dragon 3. How to Train Your Dragon 3. Which is already out for us, but it's coming out later in America. There is Dumbo.
Oh, I think that's going to be shit. Like, really bad.
That's coming out towards the end of March.
The only reason I'll watch that is if it's really bad and we can trash it. I'm not watching it if it's good. Like, I can't see it being good.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We might do a review on that. Let's see. There's Hellboy.
Yeah, not super excited for it. I think it might be okay.
I don't think I've even seen like all of the previous movies, but it might be good. It's got David Harbour, who I like. There's actually 2 comic book movies that we haven't mentioned in either of our lists. Dark Phoenix.
There's a reason we haven't mentioned these 2 Fox movies.
Yeah.
Because they both look shit.
So Dark Phoenix is coming out in June after multiple delays. It was actually meant to come out last year.
It's already meant to be out, yeah.
I have a bad feeling about that one.
And the other one's also already meant to be out as well. I'm not sure both of these are actually going to come out. Like, they might end up not even releasing.
There's Men in Black International.
Yes. Kind of excited for it, but not super excited.
Could be okay, could be not good.
Did you mention the other comic book movie?
Which Shazam?
You said Dark Phoenix.
And New Mutants
is
coming out a bit later in the year, so it's coming out in August. Yeah, that's could be good, could be terrible.
No, I think it's going to be absolutely terrible.
There is a movie on here. I don't know why I've written it down. It could potentially be the highest gross of the year. Dora the Explorer, the movie.
I saw that. Is that a live action?
I think so.
Okay, interesting.
It's a big day, actually, that's coming out. So it's coming out on August 2nd, which is the same day as New Mutants is meant to come out, and the Hobbs and Shaw movie is meant to come out.
Okay, hopefully, I'm expecting one of those to be good.
Yeah, hopefully one of those 3 is good.
Yeah, hopefully one of the 3. I can't see Dora the Explorer live action being good, though.
One other movie we didn't mention was this Terminator movie that they're making.
Tim Miller is directing it, who directed Deadpool 1. He did a pretty good job with Deadpool 1. He hasn't done anything since then. So I'm semi-excited, but also it's Terminator, which has had some of the shittest sequels ever.
So that's coming out in October, towards the end of October.
They're bringing back most of the original cast for that.
They are, yeah. I think Arnie's back, and
but they brought back Arnie in the previous one as well, and
him being in it doesn't make it good. So
yeah, but the difference is they brought in what's her name? Sarah Connor.
Linda Hamilton?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in it. So it could be interesting. Let's see. You'll probably get reviews for at least all the ones that we mentioned being a most anticipated movie for us.
Maybe not Chaos Walking. We'll see.
But the other stuff, it's just dependent on whether it's really bad or really good. If it's really bad, we'll probably review it. If it's really good, we'll probably review it. If it's just middle ground, we probably won't review it.
We probably won't. Yeah. Depending on how much more there's going around.
So to end up, we'll do something a little bit fun. We'll try to predict what will be the highest grossing movies of the year. I've got my list. Have you thought about your list?
Oh, it's a list. I thought you just wanted one.
No, the top 5.
Top 5. Okay. Do you want to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 or?
Yeah, we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So you go 5, I go 5?
Yeah,
or?
yeah. So I'll go 5, you go 5, then I'll go 4, you go 4. We'll do that.
Okay, wait, let me think.
Just so you don't copy off my list. We'll document this and we'll see if we're right by the end of the year. So when we do this episode next year, we'll see if our predictions were right. So my number 5 is Toy Story 4.
Kind of want to copy you now. Because I forgot Toy Story 4. I'm changing my mind. Toy Story 4 is number 5. I was going to put Spider-Man Far From Home there.
Okay.
But nah, Toy Story is definitely going to beat that. So Toy Story 4 is number 5.
My number 4 is Frozen 2.
Okay, I've gone Aladdin for 4.
Okay, that's going to be interesting. I think Aladdin's hit or miss. I think it'll be middle ground.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It could do really well. It could be like Beauty and the Beast and make like over $1 billion, but...
Yeah, it depends how good it is. I'm kind of excited for it because it's Guy Ritchie as well. But yeah, number 4, Aladdin.
Number 3, Star Wars Episode 9.
Yeah, I've got Star Wars at 3 as well.
Yeah, fair enough. I have a feeling number 1 and 2 are the same. So number 2... At number 2, only just. I think this movie's going to do really well. It's even got a chance at number 1. Lion King.
I've actually got Avengers Endgame at number 2.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, Avengers Endgame at number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Avengers Endgame for me.
I've got Lion King at number 1.
Okay. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I think Avengers is almost definitely going to make $2 billion, at least. Lion King's got a chance, for sure.
All of those are Disney movies.
They are. You're right, they are.
All of them are Disney.
Every single one of them is Disney. I think Far From Home will probably do less than $1 billion.
Yeah, I was thinking about like 800 or something.
Yeah, I don't think it'll do over $1 billion. I think Captain Marvel will also be about the same.
I might switch. Actually, I'm going to switch to around. I'm going to put Toy Story at 4 and then Aladdin at 5. I think Toy Story will do better than Aladdin.
So you don't think Frozen's got a chance?
No.
Okay. I think all of the movies on my list are going to make more than $1 billion.
Yeah, Frozen did make $1 billion last time, but all the parents hate Frozen now. And the people that take their kids to Frozen are the parents.
Yeah, we'll see. The reason I think Frozen will do better than Toy Story 4 is because it's more recent, and I think people will watch it more.
But like the people that liked Frozen have probably grown out of Frozen now.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But a lot of grown-ups like Frozen too. So.
Yeah. But like the main demographic is going to be
kids.
Parents taking their kids. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's always little kids, so they'll probably go watch it. It's coming out towards the end of the year, so it'll probably do well over the Christmas period as well. So I think it'll rake in the money. Toy Story 4 is a summer movie, so it'll definitely do like $1 billion, I think.
Toy Story will get $1 billion, I reckon. I don't think Aladdin will make $1 billion. I think Aladdin will probably do like 800 or something. And then, Toy Story, Star Wars, Endgame, and Lion King should make over $1 billion.
Yeah, the only issue I see with Endgame, Lion King, Aladdin, Toy Story 4, they're all coming out pretty close to each other. They're all like back to back. So
yeah.
I think Endgame is end of April. Aladdin is start of May. May is pretty packed, I think. I've got the release schedule here. So it pretty much starts towards the end of March. So end of March is Dumbo. Then April 5th is Pet Sematary and Shazam on the same day. And then Hellboy is a week after that. Endgame is 2 weeks after that. Detective Pikachu is 2 weeks after that. John Wick is the week after that. That's probably not a big box office draw. Aladdin is a week after that. Godzilla is a week after that. And then
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix is the next week. Men in Black is the next week. Toy Story is the week after. So they're all pretty much back to back. And then Spider-Man Far From Home is a week after Toy Story.
Yeah, it's pretty packed, but I think people will still go out to watch all of them.
And Lion King is 2 weeks after Far From Home.
I think people will go out to watch these ones.
I think Lion King people will watch regardless.
I think Aladdin, it's not as big as Lion King, but people still go out to watch it. And you're forgetting the Will Smith factor. There's a lot of people that just love Will Smith.
Is there still people like that?
There's still people
I feel like
that
his
love Will
popularity
Smith.
is not that big anymore. It's not 1999 anymore.
No, but he's still got his fan base.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I think people watch Aladdin over Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
And I
they
think
will.
people watch Lion King over Spider-Man.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. The thing about Lion King is that all demographics will go watch it. Like old people, young people, middle-aged people, everyone will go watch it. Yeah. Which is why I think it'll make the most.
Yeah, like that's the thing with these Disney movies. I think if people had a choice, they'd probably watch the Disney movies instead of the other movies that are out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like even Endgame, like someone in their 60s or 70s isn't going to go watch Endgame.
Yeah.
But they'll probably watch Lion King.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's our definitive list. So let's just
There's going to be some surprises.
definitely.
It's
yeah.
not going to be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So my number one is Endgame, followed by Lion King, followed by Star Wars, followed by Frozen 2, followed by Toy Story 4. And yours is?
Lion King, Endgame, Star Wars, Toy Story 4, and Aladdin.
Yep. I guess that's I think that's all we had in terms of the last episode of this year.
Technically last episode of this
Yeah,
year.
of 2018. Thanks to everyone for listening to us, I guess. We started with Avengers Infinity War, and we're still going.
We're technically not a year yet.
We're technically not a year yet. We're still going. We've done 26 episodes now, so thanks for all your support, and please do keep sharing and letting other people know about the podcast. There's big things planned for 2019 as well. There's going to be some new segments and some new stuff that you'll see. So just keep an eye out.
Maybe some commentaries as well.
Yeah, maybe some commentaries if we
Which
get a
we've been
chance.
toying with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But next week we've got a special episode, something that we haven't done before. So keep an eye out for that too. But I guess we'll round it up. How do people contact us?
So at Gmail at cognitive-recalibration-podcast@gmail.com, and then at Twitter at crecalibration, and Instagram at Facebook at cognitive recalibration.
Yes, and we're available on all podcasting platforms now, so you can find us pretty much anywhere. So once again, thanks everyone. Please do give us a subscribe if you do like our content, so you never miss an episode. And we'll see you guys. I won't reveal what we're doing next week, but it's something different. That's for sure. I don't think you even know what we're doing, do we?
No, I don't.
All
It's
right.
a surprise for me as well.
It's going to be a surprise all around.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in the next episode. See you later.
Is it a review of all Digimon Huso movies?
Oh, it's not,
That's
but
close.
yeah, I wouldn't
We
mind
could
actually
do
doing that.
Yeah.
It's something different.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next episode. See you later.
All right.